Today, I'll share two very simple egg-based tips that you can apply right in your kitchen. Eggs are a familiar ingredient, found in almost every household, but just a slight change in preparation can make a dish much more appealing. In this video, I'll guide you through a trick to fry eggs until fluffy, soft, and not dry. After that, I'll make a very easy-to-cook, light and refreshing tomato egg soup that's perfect for a family meal. Both methods are quick and easy, with simple ingredients, and anyone can make them. If you also enjoy delicious and easy-to-make dishes, let's get started. Tip number 1. Making fluffy eggs. To make this egg dish, first prepare 4 bowls. 1 large bowl is for the egg whites, and 3 smaller bowls are for the yolks. Next, separate the egg whites and yolks. Crack the eggs. Gently separate the egg whites into the large bowl and the yolks into the smaller bowls. At this step, be gentle so the yolks don't break. After separating, temporarily set the yolks aside as we will use them in the next step. Now, start whisking the egg whites. Use a hand mixer and whisk continuously until the egg whites become fluffy and slightly stiff. This process usually takes about 3 to 5 minutes, depending on the mixer speed and the amount of eggs. When finished, you will see that the egg whites become soft, fluffy, and light, looking like a fine foam. This is the secret to making the fried eggs fluffy and visually appealing. Next, I heat a pan on the stove and add a little cooking oil. I use a brush to coat the surface evenly with oil, preventing the eggs from sticking while frying. When the oil is hot enough, I slowly scoop spoonfuls of the whipped egg whites into the pan. As you can see, the egg whites are now fluffy and puffed up beautifully, looking like little cakes. Then, I use a small spoon to gently make a round hole in the center of the egg white. This will be the place to put the yolk. Next, I gently place the egg yolk in the center of the hole. At this point, the egg looks very attractive, with the fluffy egg white surrounding the yolk in the center. To make the dish more flavorful, I sprinkle a little salt and pepper on top. The right amount of seasoning will prevent the egg from being bland, while still retaining its natural flavor. Then, I kept the heat low, so the eggs would cook slowly. Cooking over low heat helps the egg whites retain their fluffy texture, while the yolks can be cooked to your liking. Once the eggs are cooked to your desired consistency, I gently remove them from the pan and arrange them on a large round plate. The finished product consists of fluffy, soft, and visually appealing egg pieces, with the yolk neatly centered. This dish is both delicious and very appealing. Tip number 2. Cooking tomato egg soup. First, prepare a few fresh tomatoes and place them on a cutting board. I use a knife to cut each tomato in half, then place the cut side down on the cutting board so that it's easier and firmer to slice. Next, I slice them lengthwise, then crosswise to create small square pieces of tomato. This cutting method helps the tomatoes soften faster when cooked and also gives the soup a more beautiful color. After slicing the tomatoes, I check the pot on the stove. I've already added some cooking oil to the pot. And when the oil is hot enough, I add all the tomatoes to stir fry. I stir constantly with a spoon to ensure the tomatoes are evenly cooked. After stir frying for a while, you'll see the tomatoes begin to soften and become slightly mushy, and the tomato juice will gradually seep into the pot. This step is what gives the soup its rich flavor and beautiful color. Once the tomatoes have softened, I add enough water to the pot. Then cover it to let the tomatoes continue to simmer and blend with the water. While waiting for the tomato soup to boil, I prepare the egg mixture. I crack 2 eggs into a small bowl, then add 2 tablespoons of flour. I stir with chopsticks until the eggs and flour are completely combined, creating a slightly thick and smooth mixture. The flour will help the egg mixture form soft and beautiful strands when added to the soup. By the time I finished preparing the egg mixture, the tomato soup had started to simmer. At this point, I took a slotted spoon and slowly poured the egg mixture around the edges of the pot. Thanks to the slotted spoon, the egg will fall in thin, delicate strands, looking very nice in the soup. Then, I gently stir with chopsticks to spread the egg evenly throughout the pot. I also add some green vegetables to give the soup more color and a pleasant aroma. I let the soup simmer gently for a while longer to allow the ingredients to blend together. When the soup was cooked and had a very pleasant aroma, I turned off the heat and ladled it into bowls. The result was a hot bowl of tomato and egg soup, with the soft egg combined with the slightly sour taste of the tomatoes, making it very easy to eat. This dish is simple and quick to cook, perfect for family meals when you want to prepare a light yet delicious soup. So today, I've shared 2 simple tips using chicken eggs: a way to fry eggs until fluffy and visually appealing, and a light and easy-to-cook tomato egg soup for family meals. Just a few changes in the cooking method transform familiar kitchen ingredients into much more appealing dishes. Hopefully, these little tips will make your meals more varied and enjoyable. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel so I have more motivation to share more great tips. Thank you for watching and see you in the next videos.